I had to try Lenard. But I know you seen the memes, though, right? I know you seen the memes.
Oh, yeah, they be getting on. They be getting on, man.
No doubt about it, man. He is Lenard Tillery III, the all-time leading rusher out of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Hey, man, I really appreciate you for checking in with us, and I look forward to keeping up with you in the future. And hopefully, once you cross that stage, going to the National Football League, we'll be able to have you back on the show.
All right, I'll be looking forward to it.
All right, man. Appreciate it, and good luck in the rest of the season, okay?
Sure.
All right, great stuff right there from Lenard Tillery, running back, Southern University, the SWAC's all-time leading rusher. And, man, speaking of, not speaking of anything, but I just want to send shouts out to all the SIDs, the sports information directors throughout the MEAC, SWAC, CIAA, SIAC. It's because of you guys that this show is able to have wheels and just keep on going and going and going, whether it's interviews with the coaches or whether it's interviews with players like Lenard Tillery. The HBCU Report, we really appreciate it. All right. Coming up on the other side, we are going to talk to the legend. That's right. Buddy Pough, the head football coach of the South Carolina State University Bulldogs, joins us next. The Bulldogs are in action this weekend. They're on the road today versus North Carolina A&T, which should be a really, really good one. This is the HBCU Report, and we'll be right back after these words.
It's the HBCU Report with Rob Calloway.
I heard on the news about that 5-year-old who found his uncle's gun. The kid didn't know it was loaded.
I heard on the news about that 14-year-old girl who was bullied online. For like a year, she couldn't take it anymore, so she got her dad's gun from his nightstand.
I heard on the news about that guy who broke into someone's house, stole a gun from the hall closet.
He accidentally shot his cousin in the head.
She killed herself.
And later, killed the owner of the store he was trying to rob.
HBCU sports fans,
if you own a gun, you have a full-time responsibility. When you aren't using it, be sure it can't get into the hands of curious children, troubled teenagers, a thief, or anyone else who might misuse it. Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org. This message brought to you by the National Crime Prevention Council, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, and the Ad Council.
HBCU sports fans, you finally have a voice. The HBCU experience lives here. This is the HBCU Report with Rob Calloway.
This is the HBCU Report being heard via Spreaker.com. We are powered by SportsNewsAndBrews.com, your official source for sports, black news, political news, and the latest on your favorite craft beers. In addition to Spreaker, the HBCU Report can also be heard via iTunes, the TuneIn Radio app, and Google Play Music for Android. You already know what it is. The HBCU Report is officially everywhere you are. It's just a matter of time. Trust me. All right, so this week, the Final 8 for the Honda Battle of the Bands was released. Coming up in January of 2017's Honda Battle of the Bands, you have Benedict College, Bethune-Cookman, Jackson State, North Carolina A&T, Texas Southern, Winston-Salem State, and fresh off of last week's 75th Annual Magic City Classic, Alabama State and Alabama A&M will also be at the Dome in January. So congrats to all the bands that made the cut. This is definitely shaping up to be a good one. And I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was like, man, when is FAMU going to get back in this thing? And he had a great observation. He was like, well, next year we're supposed to be taking the Honda to the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta. He was like, what better way to open it than with the 100? And I thought about it. I was like, wow, maybe the 2018 Honda Battle of the Bands will feature the Marching 100. That would be a great reintroduction to the city of Atlanta because it's been a while since we've seen FAMU around these parts. All right. So coming up today, 1 o'clock, the South Carolina State Bulldogs are on the road versus the reigning HBCU national champion, North Carolina A&T Aggies. And right now we're being joined on the line by a great friend of the show, Coach Buddy Pough. The head coach of South Carolina State University joins us on the line. First of all, Coach, it's been a minute. Welcome back.
Thank you, Rod. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Didn't know I was in the doghouse with you, man. Am I at the doghouse with you?
As doghouses go up this way, that'd be a good thing. But now, you okay for now. Let's go.
All right, no doubt about it. All right, so last weekend, you guys dropped a really, really close one in MEAC action. Briefly take us through the game.
Well, we did lose at Hampton this past weekend, and I thought we didn't play very well. Hampton took advantage of some of the ineptness of our football team. They drove the football on our defense some, which surprised me some, and converted in some pretty tough situations to keep drives going. So, they got ahead, we got ahead, they got back ahead. We scored to tie it up and went for two and didn't make it. We lost the game 28-26.
Now, looking at your opponent this weekend, North Carolina A&T, the reigning HBCU national champions, a lot of folks talk about the offense because, of course, of Tariq Cohen and that unit they have there. But the defense is really, really stout. So when you look at Coach Broadway's A&T defense, what are your thoughts on them?
Well, they scare you a little bit. We hadn't had a whole lot of success scoring points against A&T in the last, I guess maybe 5-6 years since Coach Broadway has been there. So they do a fantastic job of putting a lot of pressure on you and not allowing you to do the things that you generally do best. So they take away a good many things from you. So, when you're playing A&T, you can pretty much bet that you're going to have a hard time if you like to run the football, running, if you like to pass it, passing it. And, that's just been kind of their MO over the years.
Now, this season, I know that your linebacker core is pretty much the heart and soul of this defense. How much have you relied on these three guys this season to give you all some kind of motivation on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, we've relied on them a bunch. Darius Leonard, I guess maybe top guy in the bunch is having a fantastic year. He's running around making plays all over the place. And Deshaun Taylor, his sidekick inside, also is having a great year. And then last but not least, Tyler Smith, one of the few seniors we have on this team, who's one of our outside backers, is one of the most cerebral players on our team, and he makes sure everybody stays calm and gets them in all the right places, that kind of stuff. So as a group, you're exactly right. They are the group that kind of keeps us going in the right direction.
This is the HBCU Report. Rob Calloway on the line right now with my man, Buddy Pough, head football coach of the South Carolina State University Bulldogs. They are in action this weekend versus the North Carolina A&T Aggies. Now, Coach, you talked about not having success scoring against A&T. Well, over the past few years, you haven't had a issue with beating them because, of course, right here in Atlanta, where this show originates from, we had the opportunity of seeing you guys play in 2 Atlanta football classics not that many years ago. I think that might have been Tariq Cohen's freshman and sophomore year. So talk to us about your ability to be able to take down such a good team like the North Carolina A&T Aggies.
Well, it's generally a knockdown, drag-out kind of battle. We've been one of the top teams in our league, and A&T has also. I guess we've kind of established ourselves in the upper echelon of the league, but at the same time, A&T really this year, is head and heels above most of us. I think Central and A&T possibly, are really the cream of the crop for our league. And the rest of us seem to be kind of regroup a little bit. I think we're playing 21 or 22 freshmen. I think Bethune's doing something similar to us, in the fact that they've got a lot of young guys. So, they're having their way with us right now, but, we'll see what happens here coming Saturday.
Well, you find yourself at a good spot at this point of the season. You got 4 games left, including this weekend against A&T. The rest of your games are MEAC games, and then outside of this weekend, everything else is at home. The final 3 games are at home. So at 3-1 in the MEAC, a couple of wins and a couple of losses by North Carolina Central could actually put you guys right back in the driver's seat.
It could. It could. If we could win this weekend, we still got our destiny somewhat in our own hands. We need still a little bit of help on the back end with A&T against Central, because Central hadn't lost a conference game either. But at this point, we're not necessarily worried about that kind of stuff. We just worried about A&T this coming weekend. If we can finish that chore, then we'll let the other stuff kind of figure its way out as we go. Absolutely.
Now, before I let you go, I know that the game versus Bethune-Cookman was delayed or pushed back because of the hurricane. How much do you think missing that game at that point of the schedule has affected your team?
Well, a bunch. And, at the time, their quarterback was running around, kind of hurt a little bit, and I think they've gotten healthy again now. So Bethune's starting to play good again. They are one of the better teams in this league, and the fact that we get them at their strength as opposed to when they're a little bit down, is always going to be somewhat of a consideration. But you want teams to be at their very best. It's a good deal in the fact that we get a game this Thanksgiving weekend at the end of our schedule as opposed to where it was supposed to be. So we'll look forward to getting those guys up there. Hopefully we can continue to play well up to that point because that's a long way over in the season still.
Absolutely. He is Buddy Pough, head football coach of the South Carolina State University Bulldogs. They are on the road this weekend versus the North Carolina A&T Aggies. Coach Pough, thank you so much for joining us on the show, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you, Rod. Y'all have a good time in Atlanta now.
All right, man. All right, as I mentioned, it should be a good one between North Carolina A&T and South Carolina State in this MEAC showdown. Win by South Carolina State, it just inches them closer to possibly winning another share of that MEAC championship. Now, before we get up out of here, because that about do it for this week's show, I want to just briefly go over some of these games of note on the schedule with the SIAC and the CIAA closing out the regular season. Today, just want to make sure that we mention some of the bigger games. You have Tuskegee and Miles hooking up at Legion Field. That happens tonight. Texas Southern and Southern University are in action. The 27th annual Fountain City Classic between Albany State and Fort Valley happens today. Jackson State is on the road versus my ASU, Alabama State. Benedict College takes on the SIAC West Division champion Kentucky State Thoroughbreds. You got Virginia State and Virginia Union in action. It's senior day at Virginia Union. As we just mentioned, South Carolina State and North Carolina A&T hook up, and it is the commemorative classic between Livingstone and Johnson C. Smith. All right, so before I get up out of here, I'd like to thank this week's guest and, of course, you, the listener, because without you, there would be no HBCU Report. So until next week, this has been the HBCU Report. And if you're looking for me, yeah, man, somewhere on the yard.
It's the HBCU Report with Rob Calloway.